Hello followers, this is John DeMocas. Today we're going to talk about what I consider to be one of the most beautiful and underappreciated beauties, beautiful fish in the aquarium hobby. I'm going to share with you today some shots of my angelfish collection. All of these angelfish were purchased as fry anywhere between 6 and 9 months ago, so they grow very rapidly. In any event, with that introduction, I want to talk to you about what I consider to be some of the real positives of these fish. I had forgotten about them literally for probably 30, 40 years of my aquarium hobby, and decided to get back into them. And since then, I've realized that they're absolutely beautiful, and they today come in an array of shapes and different colors, which you can see in these videos, although my collection is basically focused on two types, koi angels and marbled veils. Second of all, they're very peaceful, and I find them to be good community fish. There's very few fish that I have found them to have any problems with. You naturally don't want very small fish that they can fit in their mouths. For those of us who yearn for having a planted tank with cichlids, this is your fish. They love planted tanks. They spawn on the leaves with some frequency. And overall, they're very hardy. They grow very fast. I mean, these are large angels after 6 to 9 months. And I find they eat almost every type of aquarium food available. Last but not least, they are readily available and inexpensive. When I was a kid, 60 years ago, and I started the hobby, there were basically a small number of fish that were available: neons, guppies, and angelfish. And angelfish were available because so many hobbyists bred them at home and advertised them in the local newspaper. So, and today, there are national breeders that are nationally recognized that sell them very inexpensively. The species, or the specimens, I should say, that you see in these videos, I paid no more than $8 each for as fry. Now, you may or may not be interested in breeding them, which is a whole other topic. In my particular case, I do not breed them. I mainly keep angelfish for their beauty and the interest that they offer me, and the fact that they fit well with my other aquarium fish. I've got them in my 200, I've got them in my 340, and I've got them in my two 50-gallon aquariums. In their social structure, there is something that needs to be considered, and that I would cover in another video if someone expresses an interest. But basically, when they start pairing off, there is an aggression that occurs, and you do have to separate them or have a tank laid out, a planted tank, for example, that will create some different locations where the mating pairs can stake out and defend their own territories. But in any event, one of my favorite fish was long forgotten by me. I think the industry, or the aquarium hobby as a whole, have forgotten about them. And I bet if you checked your local newspaper, you could find some that are available. And I have a couple breeders that I recommend that offer very beautiful fish at a very reasonable price. And I would encourage you to consider them in your fish keeping hobby. Hope you learned something about these wonderful fish and you give them a try in the future. John DeMocas, thank you very much. Look forward to your comments.